Welcome back, everybody, to another Just Talking Ball podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode here today. I'm having lots of fun doing this. It's fun to look forward to talking about football, and just did my first Cubs podcast 2 days ago. Uh, there's lots of fun to talk about ball on here, and I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever you find is deserved. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the Broncos versus Bengals on Monday Night Football game here. And then I'm also going to be focusing kind of mainly on next week's matchup against the Eagles because that's a big game for us here. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. So, obviously, Broncos win big, 28-3. Huge W on Monday Night Football. It was a much needed uh, get right game for us, kind of. Having two losses in a row on the road on field goals is really, really tough. Lots of mistakes from us both those weeks. Uh, it was just a really good game to have scheduled here at home Monday Night Football against uh, mediocre Bengals defense, and they're also without Joe Burrow. So, I mean, they're kind of just like destroyed. The season's basically over for them already. I feel for Bengals fans. That's not fun, obviously. Yeah, they're in a rough spot because even with Burrow, that defense and O line isn't doing them any favors out there in Cincinnati. So yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, we won 28-3. We had a big game, just kind of all around. Really, defense obviously locked them down. No touchdowns. I did predict that in the last episode. Um, and I mean, yeah, offense was rolling most of the game. Had some penalties here and there, Wattenberg especially, brutal stuff. Penalty wise, we we did really struggle on the first drive. Obviously, it was a pretty sure 3-and-out punt, and then in the third quarter, I don't believe, yeah, we didn't do any scoring in the third quarter. And when we're playing a good team, that's just something that cannot happen whatsoever. We got to be better there. We gotta keep the same pace we had going. We were pounding the rock. Loved what we were doing in the run game. RJ ended up having 14 carries for 58 yards, 4.1 per carry. That's just amazing stuff, especially from a rookie. Total, he had 98 yards on 4 receptions, so he had 40 yards for receiving on 4 receptions. So I mean that's 10 yards per catch for RJ. That was a great game from him. He got his first touchdown. Congrats to RJ Harvey on that. Really like him. He's gonna be a really really good player for us. I think. Really like RJ Harvey, and then I mean J.K. Dobbins, man. J.K. It's we have not had a back like him in a long, long, long time. It's been a while since we've had somebody like J.K. Dobbins, and I mean he went out and got the first 100-yard rushing season by a running back for us in way too long. Pretty sure three. It's been the whole time Sean's been here. I'm pretty sure. Um, and I mean, just 101 yards rushing. We just haven't seen that forever. He was averaging 6 yards a pop. That's just crazy. He did get his touchdown streak broken. He had a touchdown in every game coming into this one, but couldn't keep that going. But that's fine. We won big, so who really cares there? Um, Marvin had a good game. I like the way we were utilizing them more. We really didn't utilize him much the first couple weeks. There were some missed passes by Bo to him in the Chargers game, but before that, we weren't using Marvin to his best ability in the screen game. And man, I'm totally blanking here. Jet sweeps. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. Um, I really like the way we're utilizing him. Just he's kind of like I know people don't really like this saying anymore, but he is our Joker really still. He, he's he just fills that role very very well for us to get some end arounds, some jet sweeps, some pitches, screens, deep balls. I mean, he's just a really good player, Marvin Mims. And I really think it opens up the playbook a ton when we're really utilizing him. So I love to see that we were utilizing him and really kind of getting the best out of him. Sutton had another good game, 81 yards, tutty. Um, I mean that's what you want out of a WR1. He's looked really good these past 2 weeks. Really liked what I've seen from him. Kind of always seems to be open, and that's what we really need. We need somebody who's consistently open. Something we struggled with last year. And I mean, yeah, it's really good to see us. We were pretty much rolling offensively there for most of the game. Bo had that interception. I mean, that was not good whatsoever. I didn't. I mean, I know it was fourth down and everything, but man, either just run that in or at least. Oh, excuse me. Man, I've been yawning too much on these. Um, Either just run that one in or, I mean, make the pass a little more competitive at least. It was a good play, I guess. But I mean, yeah, just against good teams, can't have that pick there. Obviously, we're playing the Bengals, so didn't really hurt us that bad. But that's something that I think he will clean up. But just yeah, early season Bo just does not seem like the best type of Bo. But he did have a very good game still. He did what he needed to do against the Bengals. He did what he kind of, for me at least, I mean, that pick really was kind of it. But he had some passes here and there that could have been a little better. The receivers could have done better on it. Um, I mean, it was a solid game from Bo. He was expected to go out and ball out, and he pretty much did. So good game from him. We're gonna need him here against Philly. We'll get into that, but yeah, just a good game from the offense all around. Really liked what I saw. Troy Franklin, we got to catch. We got to catch the friggin' football, Troy. I mean, just two hands on the ball, catch it, bring it in. Because we're going to need those catches against good teams. I mean, yeah, he had some two brutal catches, two brutal drops, I mean. And again, we just got to have those against the better teams out there. And he did it against the Colts, so hopefully he can do it against the Eagles too. Because again, we're gonna need him. We're gonna need everybody to really come bring their A game. But like I said, we'll get into that later. So let me stop talking about that. Uh, Luke Wamberg, man. I think that experiment at center, in my opinion, is it needs to end. He just gets tossed around like nobody's business. He seems like he's ending up on his butt all every single play. He's just getting pushed around like crazy. There's some snaps here and there that are high or low. Bo's bailed him out quite a bit there. He's an okay center, but I do think Forsyth could be better. He did really good last year when he got some limited snaps when Wanberg was hurt. And I mean, I don't think it can hurt to at least try Alex out there a little bit because I just don't. Luke's not really the answer. He's a fine backup center if he has to play a game here and there. Perfectly fine with that, but he definitely needs to be better. And man, Jalen Carter, he's probably going to abuse him pretty bad. So keep an eye out for that matchup because that might not end well for us at all, and it could be a very um, early thing that the Eagles really attack on their defensive end, and it really could hurt us this game really badly. So hopefully we got some stuff schemed up for that because man, Jalen Carter might have a big game against us. Riley Moss, yeah, you can look at the stats and say he did solid, but man alive, they were picking on him early, especially like really early. Browning was throwing the ball good. Um, against a good QB, I mean, Riley's gonna get burned that game. I know his stats at the end of the day looked good, but it was Jake Browning throwing the football. And again, he did good that first drive with the first couple drives with T there, but then Browning just kind of lost accuracy. Wasn't making the best passes. Wasn't making the best decisions. The pressure got better. And I mean, if Burrow was playing, let's be real, Riley's getting abused like he did last year. I really think Cad's a better option over at corner. I know lots of people are gonna hate on that, but I don't. Riley's okay. He'll make a play here and there, but he'll also get burnt consistently every game and give up a touchdown. I mean, sure, you can say he's right there, but I mean, at some point, we gotta stop it. We gotta stop it at some point. You can only. Who really cares if you're there if it's happening every game? If you're getting beat every game, but you're right there, at some point it doesn't matter. It's not like a fluke. Um, there's lots of, I think, missed DPIs on Riley. It seems like he's pulling a lot on jerseys. It, he's just, I'm fine with him getting the occasional rep, but I think Cad, he looked great in his limited time last year. I think he should take over for Riley there, 100%. I think he's a much better option there. And then to kind of just talk about three guys that I really don't like this year so far. Alex Singleton, man alive, brother. Um, your job is to tackle. He goes out there and I guess yeah he gets those tackles, but he also misses 90% of the tackles. He can't guard a pass to save his life, and we're giving him game balls and stuff. So I mean he ain't going anywhere. But I love to see somebody else there. I mean, Reed, give him some reps there. Maybe Wallow some reps there. Call up Bailey, let him play there. I mean, just throw in somebody else every once in a while to see what we got at least instead of this uh really mid player in Alex. I mean, they pick on him all the time. It's teams really on this defense when they are game planning against us. They talk about we can pick on Alex Singleton and we can pick on Riley Moss. Those are two guys they game plan to pick against, and they don't. Riley and Singleton, they don't show signs of even trying to change the narrative, really. I mean, again, like I said, Riley gets a few stops here and there, but once a game at least, he's getting burnt for a big time touchdown. He's right there for a big time touchdown. I mean, at some point, make a play, Riley. Knock one of those away. Like, show me something. Same thing with Singleton. I mean, guys are running routes right in front of him, and he doesn't get there until they catch the ball, and they've gone past him. And he is able to grab onto their shoelace. Like, I mean, it's just those two guys got to be better if we're gonna really make runs in this year. But at the end of the day, I think replacing them would be even better. They can stay on the team, I guess, to be depth pieces, locker room guys, whatever, whatever. But man, that's just not something I want to see much more of. Is Wattenberg, Singleton, and Moss. It's just something you can't keep having there. Something else I noticed really in the first half is Sean. You got to get those play calls out quicker, man. It seems like it helped a lot. We were giving running backs drives instead of subbing them in and out almost like every other play. So Sean had to see who was coming in, pick out the play. Um, I mean, it's just he's still got to get him out faster. He has these prolonged play calls. Obviously, that's a huge talked about thing. Drew Brees, who was a vet when he came with Sean, he even struggled with it. And Bo's a second year QB who's having to deal with it, and he's doing a fine job. I don't think many QBs could do much better in this uh, with the play calling and getting the play calls out. I don't think any QBs could do much better than what Bo's doing with Sean here. But I mean, Sean, he drew up great plays. He drew up some great plays. But yeah, you gotta get those play calls out quicker. You cannot be having delayed games. You can't be wasting timeouts. Hate when we see wasted timeouts. That those can really come back to bite us, and it's just something we cannot have whatsoever. We gotta be better there. Um, touched on them before. RJ, JK, perfect. Just absolutely perfect. They can be, in my opinion, utilized correctly. Give it a little bit more time. It might even take a season or two if we can bring JK back, which I think we 1000% should explore doing. RJ and JK can be the best RB duo in the league. Um, and that's a really hot take, but I really believe highly in RJ Harvey. Sean has a great history drafting running backs. He believes in him. I believe in him. He's a great player. JK, great player, obviously, especially when healthy. So just having those two is huge for this team. Huge for the team's identity, kind of on offense. We were bringing in Palcho a lot to be that extra lineman, and they knew we were running it. They couldn't stop it, and I think that's something we really need to embrace because we have some great running backs, and we really use both of them. I've been begging Sean to use both of them pretty consistently, and I mean, RJ got 14 carries, Dobbins got 16. That's 30 carries right there, and that's what I've been asking for. I want to see 30 carries a game between RJ and JK, and they got that, and we won big. I know wasn't against the best defense ever, but I really do think that's a key for winning for us. I think that's something we really, really need to keep utilizing. It helps the pass game so much. It just helps everybody out. It's just huge for the whole team. Um, JFM, I think we gotta pay him. He's just so good. He really helps out this line, solidifies it, especially the pass rush aspect. Yeah, I think we just got kind of we got cave and pay him. I think. I'm fine with waiting a little bit, but I need to see him back in the Broncos uniform next season. So I mean, didn't want to really focus on this game this whole entire podcast here. So because I mean it was a blowout and everything. So I mean that's kind of all the points I gathered from this game. Uh, Let me know in the comments if I kind of missed anything that you wanted to see covered. But I really think even going into this game, I was really looking towards the Eagles game more. And obviously, as a player, as a team, that's not something you can do, and they didn't do that. So, very glad they didn't. But for me, this Eagles game is a huge game. Can either go 3-2, we can shock the world going into Philadelphia, being the Super Bowl champs, or we can go down 2-3. Not the end of the world. It's not because we have a pretty easy schedule coming up after that. I could easily see us winning 5 in a row after that game. So I mean, not the end of the world if we lose, but I think it's about time we show the world that we can beat a good team because it's been a while since we showed people that. I mean, we really haven't the past 2 seasons so far. Go out there, show we can be a good team, man. Go out there, beat the Super Bowl champs, get people talking about us. I know they were in the off season and everything, but it's something that we're gonna have to deal with eventually. So go out there, beat the Eagles. Um, I mean, just the momentum after that would be absurd. Again, we have an easier schedule after that. I mean, it could really be a turning point for this season to go from a solid season to a great season if we can beat the Eagles here. Because, like I said, for the next couple weeks here, the Eagles game is kind of like the only question mark game. Like, will they win? I don't really know. Because the other ones, obviously, we could lose. It's the NFL. You get upset sometimes, but again, I really think we could go out win 5 in a row after the next Eagles game. Let me just double check the schedule here for us. So after the Eagles game, we got Jets. They're 0-4. I see no reason why we shouldn't go out and just whoop them. Really, it's gonna be pretty sure London game. So I mean, I'll be fine if it's not a complete blowout because we're in a different country. And then we go play the Giants 1-3. Rookie Jackson Dart. I know they just beat the Giants. I mean the Chargers, but it's still a game we gotta go out and win, and I really think we will. And then we got Cowboys, okay team. I think we can go out there and beat them. And we got the Texans. Their O line is terrible. Our D line should completely abuse them. Raiders, they're not looking very good. We should go out and beat them. And then it gets to some more kind of tougher games. We got Chiefs, Commanders, Jaden should probably be back by then, and then we got Raiders again, Packers, Jaguars, and the Chiefs again, and then Chargers. So I mean, yeah, like I said, the next five-ish, six-ish games against after the Eagles, they should be dubs. There's really no excuse. They should be W's after after this Eagles game here. So it would be huge to win the Eagles game, be 3-2, and then go on to be 4-2 against the Jets, 5-2 against the Giants, 6-2 against the Cowboys, and then add in two more against the Texans and Raiders, and bang, you're 8-2. That's that's just huge. It can be such a game changer for us. I mean, yeah, we could go out and be 7-3, even if we lose to the Eagles, but I mean, man, we got 6 games coming up after this one that I don't see any reason why we shouldn't win them. Again, you can get upset in the NFL, but they're games we have to win after that. So, again, this Eagles game is just ginormous for us. Eagles this year, obviously, they've had major struggles on offense. It's a miracle they're undefeated. I don't know how they are, but kind of similar to the Chiefs last year. It was, man alive, how is this team 4-0? But they are. They're the Super Bowl champs. They're probably gonna break out eventually. Um, and if they do against us, we gotta be ready. We cannot take the Eagles lightly. We gotta take them as what they are, and that's the defending Super Bowl champions. Saquon having a down year so far. I don't give a crap about that. If we don't game plan right for him, he's gonna absolutely cook our linebackers. He's just absolutely gonna cook. Really, we gotta be ready for that. And then I mean, really offensively, we gotta execute. Like I said, we executed pretty well against the Bengals, but that was against the Bengals. Now we're gonna be playing the Vic Fangio um, Eagles defense, and we gotta go out and be locked in for this game because throwing that pick in the end zone that could make or break this upcoming game. Just saying that could really make or break this upcoming game here, and we gotta go out, we gotta execute, we gotta follow the game plan, we gotta run the frickin' rock. That's just something I really need to see from us is again 30 carries between RJ and JK, unless if they're completely shut down. But so far this year, when we've done it, teams haven't really shown they can really stop that. Even the Chargers, they got great D line out there. Um, it's just I think it's a winnable game, but if we don't go out there and execute, it's not gonna be a close game. It's just not gonna be a close game. We cannot take them lightly. Again, I know they've been struggling this year, but just don't take them lightly, man. Hurts averaging 152 yards per game, 5 touchdowns, 101 rating, 4 rushing touchdowns. I mean, I know everyone's talking about is he really the greatest QB ever? Is he really a top 5 QB? All this, all that. At the end of the day, he's a decent QB. He won the Super Bowl, and he hasn't turned it over yet this year. So that's probably a key to beating them is having Jalen Hurts turn the football over because nobody's done that yet, and they're undefeated. So a big key is if we can get a turnover, we have a great chance of winning this game. A turnover would be huge against the Eagles here. I'm really worried about Devontae Smith though. Like I said, Riley Moss. If Burrow was playing, he would have gotten cooked by T. And again, Jalen Hurts. You can say what you want about him, but he can get the ball to his receivers. And Devontae, he might absolutely cook Riley, so we gotta be ready to make adjustments there. Pat, he'll obviously have AJ Brown, who's already kind of been shut down this year. He'll have him even more shut down. He won't even be a factor, really, I bet. But I mean, Pat's hasn't had his greatest year ever so far, so I guess you never know. But I mean, I'm not trying to get my hopes up for this game because it's gonna go one of two ways, really. It's either we get absolutely destroyed. It's gonna be Ravens game from last year. That's a high possibility. But I think we can also go out there and win a close game. We've Shown against the Chargers and the Colts now, that we can be in close games. Haven't been able to execute, so that's something we gotta go out and do. We gotta execute on first downs, execute on third downs. Again, executing on first downs will make the third downs a whole lot easier, and that's something we did good against the Bengals. Um, but yeah, Bo's just gotta be patient. Don't get those happy feet. It seems like he kind of gets those happy feet against those really good teams. Um, I mean, yeah, again, let's just go out there and execute. Let's kind of like go out there and shock the world. You know what I mean? Again, like I've said, if we can go out there and execute, if we got the right game plan in, we can definitely win this game. Definitely, I think a key to beating the Eagles really is running the football. They're 24th in rushing yards this year. Uh, so, and we have a really good rushing attack. So let's just actually feed them the football, please. That's going to be huge for this game. It's something we need to go out there and do. Um, but we got the weapons to do it. We got the offensive line to do it. Let's hopefully scheme up more outside runs, kind of avoid Wattenberg and Jalen Carter, because again, that might get abused really badly. But I mean, yeah, I wanna just go out there and show me we can be a good team, man. Because that's the biggest question mark with this team right now is so far the narrative I'm kind of gaining is we're that team who's gonna beat up on bad teams. We're better than those bad teams, but we're not gonna go out there and beat the good teams. Like we're just kind of that perfectly mid team right now. So just go out there and show me what you all got, because I mean, it's a game we can win in my opinion. Because again, we've shot ourselves in the own foot in our losses this year, and if we go out there and don't do that, we got a really good chance to win this. I know I've been saying that a lot here, but it's just the truth. It's just a game I really do think we can win. We gotta. Sean's usually got great game plans. It's about executing for him too. Get the play calls out quicker. Um, Bo, set your feet, make the right reads. Um, don't get those happy feet. Don't bail on early and clean pocket. But run when you need to as well. Don't throw that end zone INT. Got to be better with that. Because again, we won't be able to be good teams doing that. So I mean, yeah, like really for me, keys to this upcoming game against the Eagles is we got to run the rock. That's a huge key. Again, like I said, they're 24th in rushing defense, um, or at least they were coming into this week. So again, got to attack rushing. Bo, turnover free football. That's gonna be something we're gonna need. And He's got to hit those explosive plays. We're gonna need one or two explosive plays this game, and one of those could definitely come on the ground. RJ's already shown it. JK's shown it. Um, it could definitely come on the ground. And I think there'll probably be at least one explosive gain coming off the ground this game, and it's something we're gonna need. And then defense, force a turnover, force a turnover. I don't know if the Eagles have fumbled yet this year. Um, that's something I would need to really look into here. But again, Jalen Hurts, he hasn't turned the football over. So Nick Benito, Pat Surtain, Brandon Jones, Ufunga, somebody go out there, make a play. Make a play on defense, get an interception, turn the rock over, give it to our offense in good scoring position. I mean, it's just something we're going to need. That's to me, that's probably the biggest key of this game is we get a turnover, we got a very good chance at winning. We don't get a turnover, man, live, it's gonna be a really, really tough game. And again, their offense has struggled this year, but I think a big part of them still being able to win is they're not turning the ball over. Saquon so far on the year, he has 0 fumbles lost. I mean, obviously he's getting the rock the majority of the time for them. AJ Dillon, 0 fumbles lost. Jalen, I don't know if I'll even be able to see fumbles lost on here. Yeah, I can't see fumbles lost on here. Okay, that's fine. I don't think he's fumbled it, but again, while they're forced to turnover, that's the biggest key of the game, uh, to me. So come back to this if we force a turnover or if we don't, and see if I'm right, because I really not trying to toot my own horn, but I really do think I'm right there. We need to force a turnover this game. Um, and yeah, run the ball. Bo, go out there and show me what you can really do. 10. Go out there and show me what you can do, because obviously we've seen it against those bad, mediocre teams. You can kill them. You can absolutely kill them. You can have solid games against good teams too, but still end up losing. So I just show me. Go out there, take over the game. Go win us a football game, because that's what we're gonna need against the Eagles here. And I mean, I get Tampa Bay vibes from last year where we went out, we beat the Buccaneers. I get those vibes from this game, but then I also get Bills in the playoffs and Ravens in the regular season vibes. So I mean, it's very possible. I know I've said this 1,000 times, but it's very possible we go out and win. It's very possible we get absolutely demolished. So I mean, yeah, we gotta go out there and win, man. So I mean, yeah, I've kind of covered everything I've wanted to talk about here. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think in the comments about the Bengals game, and then most importantly, what you think some keys are that we need coming into this Eagles game, because it's like I said, it's a big game. Especially if the Chargers kind of really get a skid here, we could find ourselves in kind of first place competition. We're obviously gonna have to beat them in Week 18 probably to take first place. Don't want to get ahead of myself there, but like I've said, our schedule after Eagles is pretty easy. So let's go out there and get a huge statement W, and well, let's not look back. Let's just keep getting wins, keep stacking them. It's something I believe we can do. But at the same time, if we don't go out and execute and we shoot ourselves in the foot, it might be a brutal rest of the year. You really never know. So yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts. Um, and I mean, I think again, I kind of think I've touched on everything. But yeah, just if any Broncos people are watching this somehow, they're not, by the way. But just go out there. We gotta execute. Try to force a turnover. Bo, go out there. Show me you can win us a football game against a good team. Um, those are my three biggest keys to this game. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope to see you all next week. In in a great mood because we just beat the Eagles. Going into Philadelphia. Hope we have a big game. So I'll see you all then. Have a great day.